Every legend leaves a trace. Some linger in memory, others in things that were never meant to fall into human hands. In the Myths Belief Store, you'll find artifacts, talismans, and relics steeped in the darkness of ancient faiths. Enter if you dare to touch what is forgotten and terrifying. Link in the description. Before the gods existed, before the world was born, there was only emptiness. Ginnungagap, a bottomless abyss where two forces clashed endlessly, the icy breath of Niflheim and the blazing heat of Muspelheim. When the ice began to melt under the touch of fire, something emerged from this unnatural mixture, something that should never have existed. A being so immense, so alien, that its breath could freeze time and its blood could drown entire worlds. This was Ymir, the first giant, the primordial source of chaos and the foundation of all existence. Ymir, also known as Ymir, is one of the most ancient and mysterious beings in all of Norse mythology. He was not merely the first giant, he was the first living creature of any kind, born at a time when nothing resembling a world yet existed. There was no sky, no earth, no gods. Only the endless void of Ginnungagap, where the icy winds of Niflheim collided with the fiery storms of Muspelheim. When the ice began to melt under the heat, Ymir emerged from this unnatural, almost toxic fusion, a being without purpose or design. He was not created by any god, nor was he part of any divine plan. He simply came into being as a byproduct of clashing elements. Ymir was the forefather of all giants, and his existence was chaotic and uncontrolled. He reproduced on his own, without a partner, as if his body were a living factory of new beings. From his armpits emerged the first pair of giants, and from his legs came a six-headed monster, a symbol of pure, unrestrained chaos. Ymir was neither good nor evil. He was a force of nature that existed long before any rules or order. He was imagined as a being made of ice, frost, and the venom of a livigar, a substance poisonous, sticky, and filled with dark energy. His skin may have resembled the cracked surface of frozen earth, and his breath was as cold as the northern wind. In some interpretations, his eyes glowed with an inner fire, as if the flames of Muspelheim still smoldered within him, a paradoxical trace of the very element that helped create him. Ymir was nourished by the cosmic cow Ambla, who fed him with her milk while simultaneously licking the first god Buri out of the ice. This contrast, a colossal giant sustained by a cow that was, at the same time, creating his future killers, is one of the most symbolic moments in Norse mythology. Ymir was powerful, yet completely dependent on forces that would ultimately lead to his downfall. The gods attacked and killed him, and his death became the foundation of the entire cosmos. It is one of the most brutal creation myths in the world, a universe born not from a divine word, but from murder. From his blood came the oceans that drowned most of the giants. From his flesh came the earth, from his bones the mountains, from his teeth the rocks, from his skull the sky, and from his brain the clouds. Even his eyebrows were used to form the protective wall surrounding Midgard, the world of humans. Ymir is therefore both a beginning and an end. His life was chaos, and his death the birth of order. This myth shows that in Norse cosmology there is no room for gentleness. Everything that exists was forged through violence, and every form of order is born from blood. Although Ymir is not as popular as Thor or Loki, his presence in pop culture is strong and often deeply symbolic. In games like God of War, Ymir appears as an ancient giant whose body forms the foundation of the world, exactly as described in the myths. In Marvel Comics, Ymir is portrayed as an ice giant, an enemy of Asgard, often depicted as a powerful, nearly unstoppable force of nature representing cold, chaos, and primordial fury. In the anime Attack on Titan, the name Ymir is used as a symbol of the first being from whom everything begins, a direct reference to the Norse myth. In fantasy literature, Ymir often appears as the archetype of the primordial titan whose death gives rise to the world. In Nordic-inspired music, Ymir symbolizes chaos, cold, and ancient power. His image is usually monumental, harsh, and unsettling, consistent with the descriptions found in the Eddas. Ymir has become an icon of the primordial monster, a being that is not evil, but whose very existence threatens everything orderly. And so ends the story of Ymir, a being that never intended to create a world, yet became its foundation. His death was the beginning of everything we know. In Norse mythology, there is no softness, life is born from violence, and order rises from chaos. Ymir reminds us that every world has its dark side, and every beginning requires the end of something else. Now, a few questions for you. Was Ymir a monster or an innocent victim of the gods? Is a world built on violence doomed to face Ragnarok? How do you interpret a myth in which the gods must kill in order to create? And which creation myth do you find the most fascinating? If you enjoyed this story, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. It helps bring more dark tales from mythology to life.